The ratings for this past weekend's edition of AEW Collision have been revealed, and ratings have risen for the first weekend in 2 weeks that AEW hasn't gone head-to-head with a WWE premium live event. An update on Vince McMahon's Netflix documentary and how much involvement WWE's executive chairman will have in that documentary series. Sammy Guevara announces he is going to miss tomorrow night's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS due to a concussion. An update on Bo Dallas's WWE future. What is the relationship like currently with AEW, CMLL, and AAA now that AEW has this relationship with both Mexican Lucha Libre promotions? Rey Mysterio reveals his retirement plans in the next 2 years, and WWE is not offering out comps for Survivor Series because ticket demand sales are too high. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And let's start off talking about the ratings and viewership numbers for AEW Collision on TNT. And this is welcome news for Tony Khan in a week that ratings for AEW programming was heavily discussed, because Saturday night's episode of AEW Collision averaged 504,000 viewers on TNT, which is up a whopping 42.8% from the prior week. After 2 straight weeks of going against WWE premium live events, this is Collision's best audience total since September 23rd. Collision also drew a 0.14 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. That's up a massive 55.6% from last week, and is also the show's highest number since September 23rd also. It's the lowest rating the show has done on any week without WWE competition, though, airing on the same day, although the overall audience is the 9th highest out of the 18 episodes that have aired so far. Collision was headlined by a TNT Championship match between Christian Cage and Bryan Danielson. The main competition was a big college football game on NBC with Notre Dame versus USC that averaged 6.4 million viewers and drew a 1.53 rating in the 18 to 49 demo. Games on CBS, ESPN, Fox, and ABC also aired head-to-head, averaging nearly 10 million viewers between them. But certainly, it's a welcome return to decent viewership numbers for Collision, and particularly when it comes to the key demographic number as well. What are your thoughts on this? Is this Collision back within the range they're expected without extra WWE competition? Is this the kind of numbers we're going to expect for Collision throughout football season until we head into the spring of next year? Let me know your thoughts about it, as always, in the comments section below. Now, many people are wondering about this Vince McMahon Netflix documentary series. Now, a Netflix documentary on the life of WWE's executive chairman and now TKO executive chairman Vince McMahon was announced back in the 3rd quarter of WWE's 2020 earnings call. Bill Simmons was named as the executive producer for the series, with Chris Smith set to be the director. The series was originally slated to be released in 2022, but it was later reported that the series was no longer part of the Netflix slate. Simmons noted in January of this year that the series was still being worked on, and he provided an update on the status of the project in an interview with Bloomberg. He said, quote, "We have this Vince McMahon documentary that we've been working on for 3 years. I think it has the chance to be really great. I think it has a chance to be one of the best I've been involved with. I'll be interested to see what people think about that one. It was a lot of time, and one where Netflix still has final cut of it, and it's a little more old school like the 30 for 30 model was. I think it has the chance to be really special." Now, when asked if Vince would get to see the documentary before it was released, he said, quote, "Not giving the notes on the final cut part, he gets to look at clips." It was recently reported that Vince McMahon's power had been, quote, "marginalized and overruled by Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel, with Triple H set to lead 99.9% of WWE creative, but certainly interesting that this Netflix documentary project won't have Vince McMahon's actual final approval on it. He'll just get to see the clips of the final product." What do you think this documentary series looks like? Do you think it will pull any punches, or do you think it will feature the warts and all aspect of Vince McMahon's life and career? Let me know your thoughts about that too. Sammy Guevara is set to miss AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. He's provided an update on his health and his status. Sammy Guevara last wrestled at AEW Wrestle Dream on October 1st. There, he, Konosuke Takeshita, and Will Ospreay defeated Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi. However, Guevara apparently suffered an injury during the bout. Don Callis announced that he was not cleared to compete on the October 4th episode of AEW Dynamite, and he's been absent from AEW television ever since. Guevara took to social media today on Tuesday Thursday, October 17, to announce that he is still not cleared, so he was unable to compete at the October 18 episode of Dynamite. The former AEW TNT champion also noted that he's feeling better every day. Guevara apologized and stated that he wanted to put on a show for the fans. As of this recording, there's no word on when Guevara will return to the ring. It has been reported that he's been dealing with a concussion since WrestleDream. We wish him nothing but the best in his recovery. Now, an update on the WWE future of Bo Dallas, also known, of course, as Uncle Howdy. Now, last year, WWE brought back Bray Wyatt, real name Wyndham Rotunda, back into the fold after he was initially released in the summer of 2021, though there were clearly creative plans in the works for Wyatt, including the presence of a mysterious masked character named Uncle Howdy. The storyline was never able to get fully off the ground. After a bout with COVID-19, Rotunda began experiencing heart issues that would later result in his untimely and shocking and sudden passing. The Uncle Howdy character was, in actuality, played by Rotunda's brother, Taylor, known on-screen in WWE as Bo Dallas. Dave Meltzer responded to a listener question on today's Wrestling Observer Radio and shared his belief that the company has moved on from the Uncle Howdy character and there are no plans to bring Dallas back. Quote, "The only reason he was even being used was as a favor to Bray Wyatt," Meltzer said. "I mean, it's possible they'll use him, but I don't expect him to be back." Prior to his masked return as Uncle Howdy, Dallas had also been released by the company in 2021. The 33-year-old hasn't wrestled a match since 2019 when he reportedly suffered an injury and asked for some time off from the company. Last year, Dallas denied speculation that he was going to retire, stating that he had spent some time exploring other interests, but never lost his passion for professional wrestling. The WWE contract status of Dallas is unknown, but the former NXT champion would likely have a number of options to him if he departed the company and intended to continue wrestling. So if we get any more updates on Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, the future of him and the company, of course, we'll let you know in the future. And what is the relationship right now with AEW and these Mexican Lucha Libre promotions? Because lots of people have been talking about this. As announced by AEW CEO Tony Khan last week on social media, CMLL star Mystico, formerly known as the original Sin Cara in WWE, will make his debut on Friday's AEW Rampage. Mystico is set to face fellow CMLL champion Rocky Romero, with a match meant to decide Mexico's pound-for-pound crown. Romero holds the company's World Historic Welterweight Championship, while Mystico is the current World Historic Middleweight Champion. The match is notable for a number of reasons, including the fact that AEW has previously had a partnership with Lucha Libre promotion AAA. Historically, AAA and CMLL do not get along, and other promotions working with the two groups had to be careful about not booking talent from opposing companies to be in the ring together. The latest Wrestling Observer Radio features an update from Dave Meltzer on how the situation is supposed to play out in AEW moving forward. Quote, "This is not just Mystico coming to AEW," Meltzer said. This is the beginning of a relationship. AAA and CMLL guys will not be able to work in the same match. That will not happen, but they're probably going to have guys on the same card, which CMLL hates that. I think AAA will live with that, and AAA is not going to do anything to jeopardize their relationship with AEW in any way. According to Meltzer, that means that performers like Andrade El Idolo, Rush, and Rey Fenix will all be unable to get in the ring with Mystico should he return to AEW beyond the upcoming bout. Friday's match between Mystico and Romero is reportedly set to include an Arena Mexico theme, replicating the style of CMLL matches. The bout is set to be taped alongside AEW Dynamite tomorrow on Wednesday and will air during the normal Rampage time slot later on this week. Now, an update on Rey Mysterio and his future. He was on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani yesterday, speaking about a variety of topics. And WWE United States Champion Rey Mysterio has provided a big update on his in-ring future, revealing when he plans to retire. Following a successful wrestling tenure, Mysterio was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in April of this year as an active member of the WWE roster. While Mysterio can definitely still go in the ring, notably winning the US title in August, the legendary luchador has teased his retirement on a number of occasions over the past few years. Speaking with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, Mysterio stated that he wants to hang up his boots sometime within the next 2 years. He said, quote, "I'm hoping that it can be within the next year and a half or two maybe." The US champion previously noted that he always intended to retire before his 50th birthday. Mysterio is currently 48 years old and will turn 49 in September. So seemingly Mysterio says he can go for at least a year, 18 months or 2 years. What would you like to see be Rey Mysterio's final match in WWE? finally, Survivor Series is next month, and the demand for tickets in Chicago at the Allstate Arena is at an all-time high. WWE has, quote, scaled back a common ticket policy that was in place for their premium live events, with Survivor Series being a prime example. Survivor Series takes place at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois on November 25, 2023, and already is in a near-ticket sellout according to WrestleTix. Now, Nick Hausman of House of Wrestling has reported on a change to a historic ticket policy due to the high demand for tickets at key WWE events. According to their report, WWE will not be offering complimentary tickets to talent and staff who are working the November event. The report goes on to state that, quote, the decision was made weeks ago, end quote, with a source noting, quote, it is very uncommon for shows to be put on the no comp list this far out, end quote. With WWE live events consistently breaking multiple company records as of late, a source also told House of Wrestling that, quote, since the live events boom, comps have been way scaled back. WWE Fastlane on October 7 was the most recent in a run of WWE PLEs to deliver a record-breaking performance, becoming the most watched and highest-grossing Fastlane in company history, and setting new Fastlane records for viewership, gate, and sponsorship. The House of Wrestling report states that the increase in live business, quote, has largely been attributed to Paul Triple H Levesque and Nick Khan's influence. So certainly the demand is so high that even if you were working the event, you can't give tickets out to your friends, to your family, or even competition winners because they're too hard to get. But there you go, guys. It's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.